So my cat Poopy, she has lost her hair. It's starting on the tail, the tip of the tail, and now the whole tail is almost gone, the hair. And then her back started losing hair. She was licking it. At first I thought it's a fungus, but we took her to the vet, and then the doctor says they did a test, and then this is not fungus, probably some allergy from food. And we changed the food she ate, and nothing changes. She's still losing her hair. So please let me know if you know what's going on, or your cat had a similar experience. I don't know. It's so stressful because it's so sad to look at her like that. Feel ready to share a little bit about what I have been up to in terms of productivity mindset shifting. I've been working on this for 2 months now, and I didn't see anything because I don't want to really talk about it unless I see the progress, or unless I feel it really worked for me. And then recently I've been seeing a lot of progress. I feel I've never been so productive. I've never been constantly productive like this before. So I think the mindset shift has worked for me, and I really want to share with you. This mindset shift sounds simple, but not that easy to do. I've been intentionally practice and then remind myself every moment when I make a decision, even it's a tiny decision. And it only comes down one word: commitment. Please stay with me, and I'll show you why it worked and how it helped me deal with my procrastination and then stay on track for about 2 months now. I'm really happy about the results, so yeah. Let me tell you how it started. I was not the kind of person that's very organized or productive at all. When I was a kid, I always do every single thing at the last minute. Every exam, I studied for them at the last minute. When I say last minute, I'm not saying the day before the exam. I'm talking about overnight study before the exam. I don't know why I had that habit, but I remember I had those notions in my mind that if I set a schedule for myself, and when I wake up I do every single thing exactly follow the planner, then I don't have freedom anymore. I told myself that's what robot does. I never noticed that because I don't have a plan, because every day I woke up and I do whatever I feel like at the moment, I never get anything done. And if I get anything done, it will be a rush and it won't have any good quality, and I'll feel very stressed about the whole process and not enjoying it. I specifically remember I had a conversation with myself in my college years. I remember that day was a Saturday, and then I was lying on the bed scrolling on my phone, and I asked myself that do I want to always be like this, that doing nothing and no plan for the future and not pursuing anything? And now I'm thinking about it, I can't believe that my answer was yes, because that's the only way to have freedom. I want to be able to open my eyes and then do whatever I feel like. Now I think about it, I think it was crazy. There were so many things I wanted to achieve, but because of my habit of not fully committing to anything, I either failed at it, or I would achieve something, but the whole process was really struggling. For example, when I was in my senior year of the college, I made a decision that I want to transfer from engineering to filmmaking, and I want to go to a film school. And then that required me to prep for a really big exam, and then they were testing you on art history, and also English, things like that, and politics, I think. I told myself that I have to commit to this because I really want to go to film school. But I had the habit of not committing to anything. So even though I went to library every day, but deep down inside, I tell myself, oh, that's okay, I can do it tomorrow. And or I constantly thinking about backup plans of what if I don't get into the film school, things like that. And then this whole habit make me spend most of the time in the library scrolling on my phone and waste all the resource and time I had. I didn't get in because I didn't pass the English exam. Since I came to the US and get into filmmaking, every single project I worked on, no matter it's small or big, I still keep the momentum of not fully committing to the deadline or whatever. And the whole process of making the film, screenwriting, all that stuff, it's just make me feel dreadful that I have to use my willpower to push myself to do it. I guess that's what Steven Pressfield said in his book about resistance. But my resistance was so strong that I can fully feel there is always something pull me back, no matter what thing I want to do. Even it's a film, a thing that I enjoy so much. I only get to enjoy the process when I fully concentrate and then already into the flow. But majority of the time, I really having a hard time to start doing anything. And because of that, I feel I don't have any freedom at all. It's not like what I thought, that if I do things I want to do, or if I have control over my time, then I will be free. I don't feel that. I felt this dreadful feeling throughout the entire process of post-production of my film. Even when I decide to start working on social media and creating more content to the social media, the same feeling rushed to me again. I think it's because of, for the past several years, there are so many different new things I want to do and achieve. And no matter what I do, I always fall into the really bad loop. Like I will start to feel excited and do something, and then I'll stop for several weeks. It's not necessary you can say I'll give it up. I'm not easy to give up on something, but I'm more like I think it's okay I take a break, and then I take several weeks break, and then I'll beat myself up over it. That why you're not doing it, why you're not being consistent, why you can't even commit to a deadline. And then after I beat myself up enough and then feel sad and dreadful, I'll use all my willpower to push myself get back on track again and force myself to do a bunch of work. And then a couple of days later, I'll falling back to the lazy me again. I don't want to say it's lazy. I just feel I didn't really commit to it. So because of the end of last year in November, I asked myself what's the one thing I can change within myself. I'm sorry about the airplane today. There's so many airplanes. I live very close to an airport, so So at the end of last year in November, I asked myself what is going on with me and what's the thing that I can change within myself. Just one small thing that can make me deal with this whole resistant thing. And I just want to get things done on time so I can keep myself in a healthier loop, and I can keep myself on track of the plan I have. I realized that even though there were so many obstacles along the way when I was trying to achieve anything, but the biggest obstacle is always me. It's always my bad habit of not willing to fully commit to whatever I wanted to do. When I say fully commit, I mean commit to the goal as well as all the small deadlines that I set for myself. So this year, I made a decision that my yearly keyword is commitment, because I feel this is one thing that I never do, and if I change that, maybe my life will change a lot, and it did. So yeah, I even made a bracelet that says commitment, and I don't know if you can really see it. And it says commitment here, and so to remind myself. And also this is my birthmark. That's another story I can tell you for the next time. I don't know. So here's what happened. I didn't want to commit to too many things all at once because I think my bad habit cannot handle that. So I decided to choose one single small things at once and start building up my commitment to many things from there. I started for my YouTube channel that I have to post at least one video per week, and then after I feel pretty comfortable about that, I start adding in things like my Instagram post, that I have to do 3 Instagram posts a week, and then now I start committing to I have to check my big 3 tasks every single day on my planner. That doesn't quite work well yet, but it's always because I don't really have the time to finish all the tasks. It's not because I don't want to do it. I think the reason it worked is, first, I commit to the commitment. I told myself that enough is enough. I was really tired of the bad loop I was in, and I just don't want to live like that anymore. And then that gave me the commitment to change myself and have more commitment to other things. And second, my commitment become my biggest motivation. There's a quote, let me check. So motivation is the thing that get you started, and the commitment is the thing that keeps you going. But for me, I feel that commitment has become my number one motivation of doing anything, rather than the motivation of like being successful or enjoying the doing whatever those good things. I feel all the motivation I had is to keep my promise to myself. I feel my voice gets louder and louder. I think I'm a little bit too excited. The third reason is the commitment changed my thinking pattern. So usually when I face a task and when the resistance rush into me, my thought would be, I don't feel like it right now. I don't really feel good. Maybe I just need to lie down for 10 minutes, or I can do it in an hour late. It still work. Just 1 hour late, that's fine. Or I can do it tomorrow because I don't need to post until tomorrow, things like that. Those thoughts were the thoughts in my mind play over and over before I do a task, and then the thoughts give me the dreadful feeling, and because of those thoughts I had to use my willpower to push myself to my desk and then do the work. But we all know that willpower is limited, so we can't use willpower to beat procrastination. So because I commit to this, my thinking pattern gradually has changed. it's gradually changed. It's not like immediately I just like do whatever I supposed to do. It takes several weeks of practice to the point of when I need to do a task, there are no thoughts, there are no voice in my head to tell me, well, I don't feel like it anymore. And if there are thoughts appear, I kind of able to recognize it and shut it down immediately. Instead of thinking about should I do it now or am I in the right mood to do it right now, my mind automatically thinking about how can I do it now and then what I can do to get it done now. I think it's really interesting to see how the brain shifts the thinking, and I don't really feel that much of dreadful feeling anymore. There are still a lot of things that I haven't put in my commitment bucket because I want to do it slowly and I don't want to overcommit to things, and that will ruin all the good routine that I already set for myself. I feel since I decided to change this my number one big bad habit of not committing to anything to committing to my commitment, I've been having so many benefits out of it for the past several months. I gained momentum slowly, but it worked, so I really want to share with you. I feel I'm the only one talk here and talk so much, just me talk and talk. Anyway, so let me know if this kind of thing is helpful. I have a really good time to share those things with you because I believe this kind of thing are universal problems for artists, and it should have its benefit to share with each other. I'm very grateful that you are here with me, listen to me chatting with you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and be patient and stay creative. I'll see you next week. Bye. Pew.